Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Anne. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Anne. We are going to be making, I am going to be making, and you're going to be crafting along with me, a whole bunch of these. I'm not going to make all of them on camera, but yeah. A couple days ago, my son came home and he's like, next week is my last week of school. Okay, I knew that. He's like, I need all these gifts to give to the different staff and everybody by Monday. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay. So I have 3 days to get like about 35 of these together. What he doesn't hand out to the staff, I said, bring home because I'm doing a small graduation party and I'll include these in the little goodie bags. Now, this is going to be a 3 video series. This is video 1. We're making these. Video 2, I'm going to show you how I decorate one of the things that we put in here. We are going to be putting tea bags and candy in it. And video 3, we're going to put the whole thing together. I got a little bag that we're putting it in. We're going to do a little topper for the bag. Blah, 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 blah. So this I'm like, I have 35 of these things to make in how many days? So this is what we're doing. So I've decided we're doing recycled book page for the whole thing. And then if you saw all my different Stampin' Up! Hauls, I got some amazing papers. So this is not Stampin' Up! Paper, but this is, and this is just white cardstock here in the background. But I decided to use, I have a whole container of like offcuts. So the different offcuts, I'm making these flowers and stuff. And I can tell you, let me show you this. So I have been busy making little tiny flowers. Those I made some of those with you guys. I made a whole bunch of these different stems. And then I did a whole bunch of flowers, and I already inked these as well. This is for video 2. And I had my son help me cut out the circles because I figured, you know what, kid, I'm putting you to work. So he helped me make some of these circles. And then these, which I'm using as the centers, are even more of the smaller offcuts. And I've just been putting them in these fun containers that I have. I got these a long time ago at Temu. So I like to prep ahead. And that's the benefit of having like this type of container. When I was doing the video showing how I do those little flower ones in the beginning, I was saying, the more I can get things prepped ahead of time, the better off I am going to be successful at my crafting. Now, I do not remember what this fold is called, what this little tchotchke is called. There is a name to what type of tchotchke this is. If you know, please leave it in the comment section to let me know what this is called. It's a fold. It's a pocket fold. It reminds me, I don't know why, but it reminds me of a sombrero. It doesn't look like a sombrero, but for some reason it reminds me of a sombrero. It is not a sombrero. But when I put the flower on the front of it, it kind of looks like a sort of flower pot kind of thing. So we're going to make these. Now, here at my desk, my little paper cutter fits. My large paper cutter does not fit. I came up, and also, here's my other thing. Where'd it go? I need these to fit in a bag. If I leave the paper large, like this is, directly out of the book, which I already started to make a bunch, it is too big to fit in one of these bags. These I will save for a book, for a journal. So those can't be used. Luckily, I'm somebody that likes to make you know, prototypes and stuff like that ahead of time. So I have a whole bag of these, but I still have a couple more that I'd like to make. So the paper's too big, my paper cutter is too small, and the bag is small. So those were all my conundrums of how do I get this to work so that this fits in here. Well, let me show you what I came up with. Because I figured maybe you have the same problem. Maybe you don't have a large paper cutter, but you need a large paper cutter and you want to do this project. As you can see, this paper is already a square, but I needed a small square. So what I did is I just folded, I made sure that this point right here stayed a point. And I folded that like that. So there's extra here. Now, whatever is on the inside, which is this, is going to be the top. This, that's going to be showing. Okay? So, in order to get this to fit in my paper cutter, because this isn't going to fit, my paper cutter is too small for this, I came in this angle and I cut there, and I came in over here and I cut there. So I cut this angle straight and I cut this little point off going straight. Now let's pull out my paper cutter. And I want this cut off. Now this is my only true straight edge, so I'm going to do it upside down. But it doesn't matter because look. Can't see that. I need to cut this right here at this point where that straight is. So I am guaranteed to cut that other thing, that edge off. See? It's pretty. So it looks like malachite. Now, let's come over here. We're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to use this true straight edge. Oh, wait a minute. No, I got to go this way. This paper's going to fall on me. And I do the exact same thing. You see how this... Those aren't listening. So I need to come over here and I need to cut this off right here at this point. This is how I am getting a true square. And this square is now small enough to fit in my paper cutter, small enough to fit in that Ziploc bag, all of it. Okay? So we have this. We don't need these, but we can save these and use these in a different project. Stick it in my bag. Like, you know, with my small paper cutters, I can make flowers and all that fun stuff with those. Oops, my glue. So now I need to decide which one do I want to be the one that's showing. And I like this. I like this to be showing. So what I do is I take this. I start with the right. I'm right-handed, so I start with the right. It doesn't matter which one you start with. I bring this over. The only thing I am looking for is this edge right here. This edge needs to be perfectly straight going right across. That looks straight to me. I hold that and I bring this one over too. I don't press anything down until I make sure these match. There, they are both straight. They both match up. And now I come in with my bone folder and I press all of that down. Before I pull this down, I want to do a little rounded edge here. So both of those are still together. I cut that off. I'm going to take one of these, pull it down, come over here with my bone folder, and that's it. That's as easy as it is. I come through and I glue everything. because I want everything to sort of stay. So I add a little bit of glue there. Add a little bit of glue there. I'm just adding a little bit. And then here, I kind of add a little bit more here. My glue is acting up again. I swear, every video. Consistently. Hold on. There, okay. There, it is glued down. Okay, now I want to come through, I want to do a little bit with my Distress. And I'm using walnut stain, as I do. Oh, my other one, I edged this before I pressed it down. Well, you're not going to see it because the flower is going to be on it. Okay. And it's book page, it's glossy paper, so it's going to take a little bit for that to dry. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and grab my components. Let's see. I think a green one would look pretty on that. Let's grab some leaves. I have 3 different color papers here. Let's grab a circle. And now let's decide what is going to look good in the center there. I think I'll go with that one maybe. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Okay. I have pre-inked this and this. Let me come in and ink this. I'm not going to ink the leaves, but what I am going to do is on this flower, I have these Dollar Tree foam rectangles, which is a hot mess, frankly. They work, but it's a hot mess. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide which way I want to hold my flower. I think I like that way. And this is all Stampin' Up! Two-sided paper. I'm going to put these down there. Yep. Peel off the backing. And I'm going to take my leaves. I'm sticking them to that sticky on the back. See? I do it from the front just to kind of see. Oh, let's see. Do we want this one? No. You know what? I don't even like that one on there. Let's leave that one alone. I do on some of the others. If I have the paper covering the sticky too much, the foam squares, I'll just come in with glue and add a little bit of glue to that. Add some glue to this. Put my center on. And then I'm just going to glue that there. So I'm recycling book pages. I'm recycling a whole bunch of offcuts from that big, gigantic Stampin' Up! Haul that I purchased from a secondhand store from a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who had passed away. This is that's Hobby Lobby paper. If I wanted to come in and glue these down, I certainly could, but I don't want to. I kind of like the whole dimension of that. And that's it. Super simple. But I have to do this times like 35. Let's make one more. So we have this paper. I'm going to fold it up, match my points. Yep, I like that. Where's my phone folder? There. Now I'm going to come in. My scissors. I'm going to cut there. I'm going to cut there. I'm not cutting very much off. I mean, I'm cutting that much off. That's it. Well, let's do another one at the same time. So we'll do them together. Oh, that's pretty too. I think we'll have that be the inside. So let's go like this. I have zero room on my desk. Okay, let me grab my bone folder again. Okay. So both of those. Now let me get my paper cut. Oh, let me do some trimming. Okay, I trimmed that one. I did not trim this one. Get rid of that. Grab my cutter. I do this one first because of this true edge. And I'm following right here. I'm coming to this point right here. So that will automatically cut that off. So I'm doing it upside down, but it doesn't matter because it is happening. This is how it works for me. I know I do a lot of things sort of a little backwards. Flip it around, cut off that one, and now there's my square. Let me do this other one that I have here. I debated keeping that as the inside because that's pretty. If it doesn't fit, I just come in and trim a smidge more off, but it fits. That's going to be tucked in. That will be fine. And there's my second square. Sticking these in my bag. But I will be taking my paper punches and punching out like flowers and stuff. Let's grab my blue folder again. I want that on the inside. Bring this over, keeping this straight. Holding that, bringing this over, kind of tucking them in. Is this the one that I didn't like? Yeah, let's tuck that on the inside to keep that straight. There. Okay. I like that little rounded thing at the top. Let me grab my other one. So let's see. I want that on the inside. Bringing that, keeping it straight. Bringing this over. That looks fairly straight. Pressing all that down, cutting those two while they're together. I have to remember to ink that. Okay, let's glue all this. This is double layers, but I'm not gluing the double layers. Let me quickly ink just this side for right now. Glue this down. That will keep all that nice and attached. If I need to come in and add a little bit of glue right there, I can. There. Let me ink this before I forget. Yeah, let's glue everything down. Tuck all that in. This one's a little bit bigger than this one, but I think that will still fit into the Ziploc bag. And let's ink all of this up. Now you're going to see this, but that's all right. I'm not inking the back. I'm only inking the front. There's so many of these to make. and I'm decorating the things that are going on the inside of it too. So here's the two done ones. Now let's grab stuff to decorate these two. So two of these. So two, yep. And then let's pick out two flowers. That one's pretty. We'll do that one. And we'll do that one. Let's do some leaves. We have that. I'll just pull another one out just in case. And then let's pull the little center flowers. I think that's blue. I was going to say if it was black, it would be pretty with that, but it's not. These are all two-sided. I'm looking for something that has a little bit of yellow in it. In the meantime, I think that will look cute there. That's yellow, but it's not the yellow that I want. I know I had some yellow ones. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's this. It's the same thing, but on the back side. That's what I want. Okay. Let's put these together. And I inked everything. I'm not inking the leaves. I've inked everything except those little centers. There. Oh, I think I like that one. All right, we'll do that. Okay. Now let's get these lovely dollar store ones. Okay. Probably shouldn't be sticking them to me. I have a massive rash. I'm like covered. I'm itching. You can probably hear me itch too when I do my videos. You can probably see it on me, but I'm not going to point it out. Been to 4 doctors. Nobody knows what it is. But everybody agrees it's not contagious because my son doesn't have it. I think I'm having an allergic reaction to something. And in the meantime, more than 90% of my body is covered. And I broke down and called the allergist. It's a brand new allergist for me. Can't get me in for a month and a half. I'm like, I'm kind of covered in a rash. But it is what it is. I'm on a cancellation list. I do not have high hopes for that. Nor do I have high hopes for the allergist, frankly. I have very rarely had good experiences with allergists. Allergists and neurologists, please. I have a decent neurologist now. My son and I both see the same set of doctors for everything. He's halfway decent. I have to give him that. But the neurologists I've seen in the past, you don't want to hear the words I have to say. Not a fan at all. The only thing allergists want to do is poke you with all their stupid needles to test you, and I've had more problems from that test than you can shake a stick at. I refuse to let my son get that test. He gets other tests. There's those. So I'm already a negative Nancy, but it's because of prior experience. And I tell them that. I went to a gastro. This is gas. I don't have good luck with adult gastro either. I went to a gastroenterologist once. I'm getting all my medical stuff now. I went to a gastroenterologist once, and he was clearly selling the medicine and making money, kickbacks himself. He says, I want you to take this probiotic. I said, I can't take probiotics. I'm allergic to dairy. Most probiotics are a derivative of milk. You'll be fine with this one. I said, is there milk in it? Oh, I don't know, but you'll be fine with it. I said, let me read it. He didn't want me to read it. So I took out my pendulum in the middle of the office because I was right by the desk where people were there to make appointments. I pulled out my pendulum and I'm like, I'm going to pendulum it to see if I'm allergic to it. And sure enough, it said I was allergic to it. I said, listen, there's milk in this. You want me to take something I'm allergic to? I'm anaphylactic to milk. And I thought, I am never coming back to you again. I can't believe your callous attitude. All he cared about was the kickbacks. He didn't care about the fact that I was telling him I was allergic. So anyways, I want to say I've met them all. I truly hope I've met them all. I don't like my videos to be negative about medical stuff. Unfortunately. Yeah. But anyways, these are super cute. I don't know. Should I tack that down? I don't know. Maybe I will. I wasn't going to, but I don't want it to break off. I'll just tack one little one down. These are adorable, I think. I think the staff is going to too. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in some tea bags. I'm putting in a Ghirardelli chocolate, which we're going to make a decoration for. A packaging for it. We're going to make it really cute. So 2 tea bags, Ghirardelli chocolate, and a sticker. is going to go on the inside. It's going to be one of those waterproof stickers, so they can put it like on their water bottle and stuff. So I'm thinking this is going to be super cute, and the way we're going to be packaging it up is going to be adorable. So 4 down, 31 to go. But I will not subject you to that. So come back. I have 2 more videos I'm going to make. I'm doing them in pieces, so you're going to see my progress when you come back to the next video to see how I'm doing with this whole project. I have to get all of these done today. So today I will be making all of these videos, and I'm going to be staggering how I post them, because I do post a video every single day. So all you got to wait is for the next day and then the day after that to see the full thing put together. Please subscribe to my channel. I don't normally talk about my medical baloney, but please subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out a lot. And check out my website, elementalenergieswithchrisanne.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and be free.